and click that. 335.
355.
335. We're live.
Oh, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 335-567-123 of the UK Vape Show, the number one UK Vape Show. As you can see, we are a member down. Old Vic's not very well at all. He's got snot rags coming out of his mouth. We won't tell you what's coming out of his anus. But yeah, Vic is not that very well. So you have got us three, but we are going to keep the battleship rocking and rolling. Yes, we are joined by our normal casters, the wonderful Adam from What's That Behind You? And also from the Vaping Misfits, the wonderful Grizzly. Who am I going to pick on first?
Who lives in a house like this?
We'll go for Adam, seeing it's at the top of my screen.
All right, Lloyd. That was a very gross. Who lives in a house like this? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And
Through the pee hole.
Get well soon, Vic. That is what we're going to say. Get well soon, Vic. Hopefully he's feeling 3D printer. Oh, a green screen. He's noticed it. It's all right.
I seem to have lost my purge. Where the fuck's that gone?
I thought you were looking for your green screen. But we're going to say, get well soon, Vic. Hopefully he's feeling all right. He did put in chat earlier on that he weren't feeling great. So thank you, everyone who has turned out to see us three, because that always makes a difference. Thank you very much. It's better than us talking to no one.
It's like saying the box away is not going to happen right at the beginning.
Oh,
isn't
yeah, we ain't got a box away. Yeah, we ain't got a box away, so just be ready for that one. Good night, everyone. See you later.
Do a giveaway
for... We'll do a box away for... burgled your house.
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
It's a hoodie. He ain't got Prime in his hand, has he?
We'll do a box away for a free e-hug. Get a free e-hug.
Earlier on, though. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening I am on B60. I've got some Riot Salt.
I'm touching myself. I wasn't.
Do you know what? So right a minute ago. And I've got some strawberry blueberry ice in there. It is very, very nice. And I'm
very good, very nice.
Very nice, very good, very good, very nice. But that literally, to be honest with you, that's what I'm on. I got back from a little van camp after running around. Ooh, hey. Smack it on end.
What was it? I didn't see it.
It was peen.
Touching myself. Sorry, Adam.
So, but to be fair, I'm quite boring tonight because that's what I'm on. Do you know what? I put this on charge yesterday morning, and batteries lasted me still to now. I'm on like
good
quarter left.
Yep.
But it's very nice. It's very nice, and it's 20 milligram Nick salts, which is just what you need. But that's it. That's me done. I've got a nice glass of juice as well, if that makes it any better.
And that was Adam from What's That Behind You. Over to the wonderful Grizz from the Vaping Misfits, who's having a cheeky little bum wank.
Bum wank. Right, I am on the Drag X Pro as usual. Usual shit from me with Ribri in it. Nice Ribri. I am also on the Pandemic edition of the Clutch with the Pandemic on top. Very good. Very nice. Shit, I've knocked everything up. Fuck. I'm also on the V-Class. And in there I have got some Ribri as well. Oh, and in the Clutch I have got some of the lemon meringue. I didn't sort all this out because I was sorting the shit out. I'm fucking trying to find shit.
What am I
lemon meringue.
Is it the William Dobson asks? Is it the 26 or 28 pandemic?
I don't know. I don't actually know. Funnily enough.
Is it the what? Sorry, what did he ask?
Is it the 26 or 28 millimeter? Dear Altman,
it's a small one, so I would imagine it's 26.
Get yourself onto the little coggy thing, which should be at the bottom of the screen somewhere, and change your screen quality.
Yeah, dear Altman, it is the like I said, the little thingy. It'll come up.
Yeah, good Narbend.
Ah, look at that multinational.
Hey,
That leaves me. I'm a little bit like Grizz. Louise has got COVID, and I feel like I'm coming down with it myself. But hey ho, we carry on with the show. I've got the V1 in that. I've got my normal pucker juice, and again, just nice and boring. I pulled out the M100 from Geek Vape, which is really nice. Again, internal battery. When you've got something like that, which is a Siren V4 on it, battery for days. And in there, I've actually left it upstairs. It was the liquid something. It was a tropical taste to it. Really nice, really nice.
Not good when Aiden's left liquid upstairs.
It is. I've left liquid upstairs, and it's not in a sock.
Yeah.
It's ladies and gentlemen, you will find that it is one of them shows tonight because it was like sort of sprung on us. Poor old Vic, we're not well.
Yeah.
I was still asleep.
I got home from work at 7.
Out to work.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Right, I've got a nice little topic for us to get started on now.
Oh, let's get teeth in it.
Right, it is, and this is for the husbands of vape wives, right? And this is the route that we're going to go down here, because we all know, like last week, right? Us vaping husbands of vaping wives have to do a lot for our vaping wives. Now, what I have to word this correctly because I love my wife to pieces, and if she's watching, I love you. But I said to her yesterday, I went, right, do you know what? This month's going to be a really cheap month for us on vaping because we've just had a load of samples sent in from Riot Salt, and I can grab hold of a few. I says, but you'll have to grin and bear it. You'll have to grin and bear it. Now, she has found that she likes my favourite flavoured liquids. And this is where my topic comes in. So I would like to know, especially from you boys as well, Lou vapes as well, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Lou
she does,
vapes. And your Mrs. Vapes as well.
Yeah, Lisa vapes, yeah.
So do they like your liquid, or do they like any liquid, or do they like liquid that they get hold of? And I'd like you guys in chat to get back to me on this, because obviously this is something that I'm interested in, because she starts off only liking Heisenberg. We go to Vape Expo, she becomes an e-liquid connoisseur, and now she likes my liquid. So where do you guys stand on that one?
I'll start. Louise is very good at destroying devices. I know that.
Yeah.
And also coils. She's good at destroying my device, and she does now and again like a bit of the juice. But she
that one is in the sock.
She is, yeah. She does. She vapes exactly the same as me, Booker Juice Blaze, but she vapes less than what I do. At the minute, she's actually on a Vaporesso. I think it is the 60, with I think it's a 0.4 ohm coil in there, because she likes that throaty hit with the exact same there. But she's had a number of devices all the way through, Oxfords and all sorts. But I did say to her the other day, I'm going to set her up with a mouth to lung RTA, and again maybe something like this, where instead of having to the coils, when she says, "Look, it's tasting a little bit bad," I can. And she knows how to wick, and she knows how to do the coiling. She used to coil mine when I first ever started. So I'm going to get her to do that, and then if
that's an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Aiden knows naught about.
So you know when you see build sections, when you see build sections from Aiden's first videos, look for the nail.
Well, no, I was fine by then. But when I first started vaping, she used to actually make the coils as well, because I used to forget how many wraps I'd done.
Yeah.
So she used to do them, and she said it was therapeutic. I just found it very fucking annoying. And she used to do them for me, and then I'd wick them. But yeah, she used to put them in because I couldn't see either. But yeah, no, but yeah, she does. But she's one of these that runs the coil all the way down to the bottom, and you constantly going, don't fill it up that way, make sure it's full. But yeah, she's pretty good.
See, Lisa, she's on a Lux Q now, but she's been on so many different things, like so many, it's fucking unreal. Like I say, I've got loads of setups. I mean, the majority of my gear is all mechs, but like, I'm not going to set her away with a mech.
Why not? Yeah.
But
she's all 21,700.
She loves the Lux Q, and she also quite likes a disposable as well, which I hang my head and shit.
To be fair, Jacket's same. She's She was stuck on Heisenberg until we went to Expo, and I did try and tell her, like when we were going to Expo, and this goes to anyone who's never been to Expo or anything like that. Leave your horizons wide open because there's so much to try that basically if you go in there thinking that you only like one flavor, we went straight to Vampire Vape and they just released the new Heisenberg range, and she's like, oh, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing. And I went, right, go and try something else, go and try something else. And she went, no, I'm just going to take some bottles of this. Next thing you know, she's on disposable stand going, I like all of these. I like all of them.
What?
And,
wait there, what? She was doing what at the disposable stand?
But she liked absolutely every single one. And then she's like, oh, I like this flavour. And then we started moving down the blue raspberry, the safe route, blue raspberry slush and stuff like that. Now she's falling into, I've just used last year, your strawberry blueberry ice kind of area.
See, I've took loads of juice in for it to try. Like I say, we get Rochford Project quite often.
Yeah.
You know, I got loads of Jane's juice. I gave her. She liked Pop That Cherry. Doesn't like any of the Rochfords. I love the Rochfords, but anything desserty, she's balking and everything. That's kind of why I went on to this with the Ribery, because I used to vape in the house with a mech, and it would just be totally overwhelming for her because of she didn't like the smell of the juice. Like lemon meringue, she can't stand the smell of lemon meringue, whereas I love it.
Just a shout out to Gaz Wood. I've lost where his message was. I think it was Emily. His wife Emily hasn't had a cigarette for 2 days.
Well done.
Well done. Tell her
Brilliant. Well
done from us. She started vaping recently and only smoked 2 cigarettes today. 2 cigarettes today. I'm chuffed for her. Well done. That's absolutely brilliant. And we always do say it's the ones that you don't smoke are the ones that are saving your life. It is very hard, like after a meal or when you're waking up and stuff like that. Also, while we're in chat, we just need to probably address this. Pierre Michael Jarnberg. We've spoke about this plenty of times about disposables on the show. We do feel there is a place for them in the market, but I think there's also a place where it's a lot cheaper that if somebody buys something like a pod system or something like that. In your country, in the US, 5,000 puffs might be legal, but over here we have the TPD. You can't have anything more than a 2 mil capacity in a pod system.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's one of my biggest issues with them is how much money you kind of wasting. You know, we're in a climate where money's
again
tight.
we've been to that. If somebody's been spending 70, 80 quid or maybe more on cigarettes for a week, going back down to spending £25 on a set of disposables it's the saving money.
Well, they're still saving money, but there's still cheaper ways to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course there is. Yeah. And that's where again we were speaking the other week about where going into vape shops and them educating them is the key.
I'll tell you something as well. Right, August in your date books.
What's happening?
You're getting married again, are you?
Right, August in your date books. So.
So did there. It's at top of the page.
I was. Riz has laid across it like that. So, if you remember back to last week, we'll just touch on disposables very, very quickly, unless there's a question in the bag about them. Go back to last week. I gave my prediction that it's going to be December. Right. All I'm going to say is I spoke to someone who spoke to someone else who spoke to a certain nicotine company. Not mentioning no names, but August, right? August in your date book when it comes down to disposables, because there's a lot of chatter behind the scenes that maybe this ban or this at least conversation about the things that I got told were black boxes or brown boxes like a cigarette. And also the idea that either companies will not be allowed to sell them in the UK or they will be highly restricted. And this is coming from nicotine companies. So August, and if they're right, August is the date that they start the ball rolling. I don't know how credible it is just yet, but
you know this when it came out with the smoking and they started putting stuff on cigarette packets. You know, like you've got that bloke with that fucked up tash and it all coming out here and all that. The only thing that did to people was when they went out to eat, they put it in the pocket. The rest of it, I don't think it stopped anybody. I don't think they paid any.
No, it don't. It doesn't, but it's the ball rolling on getting them into that point where they stop getting sold in shops to kids. That's my personal opinion of the dark colours. Because you know what? As a display, we do not display disposables in the shop to a certain degree. We've got some out, but they're all hidden away in the back. So to have them as sort of dark colours, we're pretty fortunate that we don't have to rely on sales like that. But they can all sit behind the counter in black and not draw eye to them. So all I'm saying is August. I don't know 100% how reliable the information is, but it's one of them. It's from a friend of a friend who's actually in discussions with a nicotine company because they're developing a juice line. But yeah,
Love the clouds, nice to see you, buddy. Again, it's just stopping them. I saw another one, but I don't think this was actually, like sometimes they do them rainbow cigarettes, and
yeah.
they're not actually real. It's just it's put over social media. I did see one where it was, again, supposed to come from a Chinese manufacturer. It was, and I swear I've seen it as a sweet, so I don't think it's right, but it was like an ice cream cone, and then with like a little straw out the top. And somebody was trying to say that it were a vape, but I really don't think.
Oh no, I've seen them.
It's actually a vape.
I've seen them. They're supposed to be disposables that are like milkshake flavors, ice cream flavors.
No, that's the Jackie Big Love. That's the trouble. Where it needs to not the packaging. It's this what needs to be jumped on. Stop it looking like for kids.
Oh yeah,
just like I think again, Watofo came out with one the other week, and it was stupid. It was absolutely daft. But just a plain, simple, something like that, like just so it's red and it's an apple or whatever, like that. Just something simple along them lines.
Yeah.
That's all it needs. Stop making it. You just say that it's a disposable. That's it. Done.
Don't forget, we seen this. Without us getting down the rabbit hole too much, we seen this not long ago, quite a few years ago, with e-liquid bottles. So we seen the NOS bottles and stuff like that started coming out. And to be fair, they are Joe Guitar Tech, oi fleshlight guy has entered the chat, folks. Good evening, Joe. But we've seen it before, and to be fair, we are pretty good at quelling things like that. Pretty quick.
It was like when IVG got done. they got done over with. Was it Millions? Was it IVG?
Well, what IVG did was obviously Millions was a sweet, and what they tried to do was they tried to patent the actual name. Where obviously Millions went, look, we've been using this for absolutely ages. You can't do it, and they ended up looking like a bunch of dicks because they tried to paint in the name.
Well, if you remember, this it's happened loads over the years. It's same as Heisenberg. As much as we talk about as I've just spoke about Heisenberg. Heisenberg was one that I think Innovate tried to kick off everyone who was using Heisenberg name because they said that they created it first, and it weren't them who I can't actually remember off the top of my head who created it, but. Back in the day, Innovate went around and tried to kick off at people about it. So it's happened a lot. And I think, to be fair,
there was another one, wasn't there, as well? Was it? I don't think it was best e-cig liquid, but I think there was maybe something to do with it. Where was it Boss Shot? They tried to. What they tried to do was they tried to do the name. You can't use Boss Shot, and they were trying to take people to court for it or something.
Cheers, Solvent. Vampire Vapes.
Craig, I don't normally drink Stella. Somebody dropped 8 cans of it off for me because I did a job for them, so I don't normally drink it. But yeah, the other one as well was the wonderful Les Pickin used to do a vape. I think it was Yorkshire tea or something tea. It was something tea, but there was actually a tea rooms that was somewhere in the same village. Tried to get him done for the painting of it because obviously, but what's the difference between a vape and a coffee, a shop? There was something along them lines as well. I remember that happening.
But
obviously, we had them 3 coils as well, didn't we? The TTP coil from Vupu, and then we had the one from Lost Vape.
Yeah. There's been so many of them, but don't forget Vupu were the best at sitting there with a napkin in a restaurant, overhearing someone writing some designs there. Apparently, it's free to use because it's on a napkin. But to be fair, I don't know how true it is. But like I said, August is a date that is being spoke around the industry of when the regulation will either be spoke about or brought in if it's not already discussed by then. And again, I'm all for regulation on them. We've said that they haven't got the place. As it's got to go down to personal term and what's good for people out there. And to be fair, as much as our personal term as hobbyists is disposables are the devil, just the same as pods came around. You think about how many people have quit smoking using pod devices now.
Oh yeah, loads. You've also got to think, it's all right saying that a date of August, but he's still got to go through Parliament and all these things. So that takes a hell of a long process.
So
and in it,
I mean, you know for a fact what my views used to be on disposables. You know, I was all for an outright ban.
And now you're spending 60 quid a week on them. You're fine.
That's the thing. Wait, I'll be honest. If they did get banned, it wouldn't really bother our household much. You know what I mean? Lisa would go on to someone else. You know. It wouldn't take much, but I think that there is a lot of people that are using them to get off of cigarettes now, and if that's what you're using them for, then fair enough. You know what I mean?
One of the other things
when you get to the hobbyist side, when you're starting to vape as a hobby and just vaping on disposables, that's when it's like,
that is Joe. That's actually. Do you know what? That must be the first intelligent thing that I've ever seen you write. Disposables are like takeaways, and do you know what? That is bang on. That is bang on. Treat them like a takeaway. You wouldn't have one.
You've had a few of them, haven't you, son?
Who? Me?
You wouldn't have them every week, but do you know what? As a one-off. I
don't think anybody could afford takeaways anymore, can they? Really?
No, we had steak instead. We normally have a monthly takeaway, and we didn't.
Yeah, nobody could afford takeaways. We used to have quite a number of Chinese. Obviously, I mean, takeaways. We used to bring somebody around, but the thing around it now is it costs so much. Do you know?
I got a Chinese, my usual one that I normally used to get. I hadn't had the Chinese for months and months and months, right? And I thought, you know what? A few weeks ago, I thought I'll get a Chinese. You know, treat the kids and that, because the kids like a Chinese as well.
Yeah.
Fucking what used to be 25 quid was something like knocking on 40 quid. And I was like, what?
Yeah, our normal one was roughly around about 32 quid. That's so we've got the full meal, whatever, you know. So they've got a little bit each, and you know what I mean, as you do, because there's 5 of us. It was like 40 odd quid.
To be fair, me and Jackie are really tight when it comes to stuff like that. So we will have a Chinese, but it's only when all of the kids are at the house. So that becomes our treat. But even then, it's like we'll have a rice, a couple of sides, and that's about it. It's like 25 quid. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
When it turned up as well, I was a little bit upset because we put the bag on the side and you could hear this fucking rattling, right? So I looked, honestly.
Dog's still alive.
I looked over and you can see with this, that just over top of bag like that. And I went to Lou, what's that? She went, don't worry about it. It's just a Peking duck. Sorry.
But yeah, I think Billy Lee put it in chat. I'll go back to normal. Billy Lee put in chat that it's probably August when it will all hit the news, and that's pretty true. That could be pretty true. Shut up.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Obviously, it's got a long way to go. It's got to go through Parliament and stuff like that, and as well as there's other things that need to be addressed, such as, like we said, the 10ml bottles with nicotine in them and stuff like that. It was cheesy. It was a bad joke. I know. You will get one now and again.
Bless you, Aiden.
Anyway, is it time that we open the bag all over your face?
We can open that bag as long as people are ready to reciprocate the goodies that are inside it.
A couple of people did put in. They actually put the messages in last week's for some reason. I don't know why, but I did try and find everybody.
Did a bit of cleaning.
I did, yeah.
Did a bit of cleaning. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the evening. Let's crack open this bag and pop it in your ear. And I did say ear, not rear. Connor Smith, question for all casters. I've had many short fills in my 5 years of vaping from different price points and always found varying results in terms of good and bad flavour. What would you all say is a good price to pay for decent e-liquids, 50 mils and 100 mils specifically. Additionally, sometimes some short fills I've had from time to time after adding nic shots to my mix to 3 milligram, it's been unvapable and incredibly harsh. This makes the e-liquid have no flavour. Shaking vigorously for 2 minutes or more, etc., and found even after 5 days to a week steep with Nick, it makes no changes to harshness and flavour of the e-liquid. Any idea why this happens and how to stop it occurring? So let's get this started. Price-wise is whatever, and this goes back to the high-quality, top-end, low-end conversation that we had last week. You can get e-liquid 50 mil, about £7.50 for Rochford Project. About £7.
No, it's 12.
Oh, is it 12? This is what happens when you don't pay for your liquid. Sorry, but roughly about anything between £7.50 and £12 for a 50 mil is sort of bang on for me. That's a good price. Now, when it comes down to quality of e-liquid, I never, ever, 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 ever bang on about quality of e-liquid. It's always quality of mixer. So when we've seen companies like Rochford Project, we've seen Amatorium, we see Shy Tots, where someone puts a lot of love and care into the liquid. They're using decent concentrates. They're not using sweetener, or at least a little bit of sweetener. The quality of e-liquid can smash up like immeasurably. Dispergo were a good company for quality e-liquids, even though they do release quite a few liquids that are exactly the same. But honestly, it depends on it depends on yourself. Taste is 100% subjective, so that makes it a little bit different. But the liquids that I've ever purchased, if it's between that £7.50 and £12 mark, then yeah.
The taste being subjective thing was the one that I was going to touch on, because I've never really went for price. If I like it, if I like the look of a flavour, I'll buy it, try it. If I don't like it, I won't get it again. Whereas if I do like it, I'll get it again.
Rochford's $8.99 and you can get 3 for £25. And obviously, if you buy it on a Wednesday, you while the show's on and up to 12 o'clock, you get 15% off as well. I think it was roughly around about $12.99. I think he's dropped his price, but $8.99, which you get in a top class liquid. Now we'll remember. I think it was I think I've forgot some over there. What were it called? What we did the review for? They sent me absolutely fucking loads of them.
Wilder West.
Now,
how did I guess that? How did I guess that when you were like...
Well, yeah, we're connected, brother.
I'll tell you something. There's an e-liquid. It's in a bottle.
Yeah, it's juicy. Now, Wilder West did absolutely loads of flavours.
Yeah.
And they were doing some silly deals, some really silly deals. Some of them were good. Some of them weren't too good. And it's finding the ones that you like.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. You know, you can't really put a price on decent stuff. Do you know what I mean? If there's a lot of people going about things being too expensive and stuff like that, and you know, a lot of it goes about things being way too expensive for what they're worth. Now, if you buy something and it's shit, no matter how expensive it was too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you buy something and it's fucking decent, what's wrong with the kind of manufacturer of said gear putting their own price to it? Or as long as it's not fucking extortionate and ridiculous, do you know what I mean?
This is why I miss things like Sample Box. So a few years ago, when you used to get them all of the time, there used to be a brand new e-liquid sampling system coming out every single month.
Well,
and
obviously, our review for it was Vape Mail. Yeah. So but he changed it. So we used to have it when we first did it, where it was a lot of companies, just mixed companies, you know, like what were out there, top end, and you bought a box for it, and it came in like a gold package, or you had a silver package, black, or whatever else. And that had a mixture. But then what he did is he went down the line of making his own e-liquid, and it sort of fell off.
Yeah, but back then, when we used to get things like Sample Box and others, where you could get 12 bottles for cheaper than retail, although it weren't too cheap sometimes, it was cheaper than retail, and you'd get a chance to try them. Now, one of the things that you used to be able to do is try a liquid profile that you've never tried before, and not pay full price for it. But getting onto nick shots, I'm a firm believer that you should pick a nick shot and stick with it, because you'll never really have a problem that way. If you're mixing nick shots and just picking random ones up with your bottles, it can be harsh. And Jane hit the nail on the head.
Again, we need to look at, if you're doing 50 mil, what are you trying to get it to? Because if he sat down there,
3 milligrams
bits out of it, and he's trying to get 12 milligram out of a 50 mil bottle.
No, 3 milligram.
So 3 milligram. Again, you can get nick shots with hot spots in them. So if you bought a batch, you've got to think how the nick's done. You can get hot spots in them. I do always say 24 to 48 hours is the least of it, but make sure that you're shaking it constantly. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I wish they went back to doing 30 mil bottles with the nick in it, and it just totally changes it, because you've got that steeping time. But yeah, it could be the actual nick shots. But if you're getting like the £1 ones from B&M or the cheap ones, try and look for a bit better nick. Or also, you can buy bottles of like Nick Salt nicotine.
Right, hey, nick shots from Poundland are banging.
See, I've never ever had a problem with 3 milligram, like ever.
Yeah, ever. 3 milligram doesn't normally do it.
No, but if
you could try dropping it to 1.5 or something.
I was thinking more along the lines of what Jane put. He's probably picking up either 50-50 or 60-40 PG-VG nick shots.
Yeah. So
and it's balancing out that he's having more PG.
Yeah, that could be totally right. Yeah, if it's a 50-50.
Yeah. But cracking question, Connor Smith. Thank you very much. Hopefully we've answered.
Just hold on there. So if he's got a 70-40, 70-30.
Yeah.
He's putting a 50-50 in there. That's taking it down to what? That could even 60-40.
It'll up the PG level as well as the PG in the nick shot. So it'll just turn it a little bit harsh. I can't 100% go down the route of what's causing the flavour loss, because in all fairness, flavour loss to me is the idea that there weren't that much flavour in the beginning. Or if it's a profile that you are used to, swap it, because that's Vapor's tongue.
Vic's not very well, Paul. He's been a bit poorly for a couple of days, so he's not on tonight.
Joe Guitar Tech, you can. People can do it at 12 milligram. I know plenty of people who use 70-30 at it, especially if they're using it as a restricted direct to lung. And again, that's down to how you're actually going to build it.
And how you can actually vape.
Yeah, it's like I'm sat down here with a 0.4 ohm coil vaping 20 milligram nick salts.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of people that do that.
I'm on a 0.4 ohm coil with nick salts. 20 milligram.
That's how people vape.
I'm hardcore.
In it.
Cracking question, Connor. Thank you very, very much. Oh, shit. Liz writes in. The wonderful Liz Covell K.
Oh, dear.
I know. Valentine's is coming up. So happy Valentine. What gift would you like to receive from one of your fellow casters? Yes, I did have a nice one this week, and no, I'm not ill.
You're sure about what you rubbed out, or?
Yeah. I wonder how many times she deleted that message and retyped it in.
That's not the type of rubbing out I was thinking.
All right.
She said she had a nice one this week.
All right. Fucking hell.
What would you like to receive from one of your fellow casters?
I want one of them flashlights off a grid.
Yeah, not that one that you put in chat.
Do you want the foot one?
Wrong.
The foot one. Foot long.
I thought you said, do you want one of them front ones? Because that one that you put in was not a front one.
It was a back one, wasn't it? And it had
It was a back
bits.
one with some dangly bits.
Yeah, it had two bollocks. It was awesome.
Do you know what?
Nah, that's the last thing I need is another pair of hairy bollocks and a cock.
I would like from one of you guys, right? From one of you guys, and it would be Vic, because I like to pick on Vic, even though he's not here. A back rub, but I have to be standing.
You have to get a small chair, son. I was going to say
exactly that, right? Because we're going down the small route again. Because
Yeah, what he's going to do is going to make him walk all over his back.
Oh, mate, that would be amazing. Except he wouldn't be able to Spider-Man up my back, would he? If I was to...
I wonder if his fingernails are exactly the same as his toes.
Well, we'll have to find out, won't we?
Yeah,
There's only one way to find out.
Join us next week, ladies and gentlemen.
A back rub from Vic.
Me?
Would he take his mask off like that?
I don't know.
Go on then, boys.
I honestly don't know what I would like. Hayden?
I've already done mine.
Oh, shit.
Just you, Grizz.
I would just, to be honest with you, I think I would just like a nice card and a bouquet of flowers from Hayden.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it'd be really nice if we just all actually met up and had a beer. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it?
A nice bouquet
for a
of flowers and a card from. Well, we're going to have to meet up for you to give me the flowers and the card, and they've got to be fresh flowers.
You can moonpig that shit nowadays.
You can, yeah. You don't really have to care about anybody, do you?
No.
Then that would make me sad. That would make me sad. I would like you to hand deliver them, please.
Oh, fucking hell. Your demands are getting higher, aren't they?
Yeah. Hand delivered Valentine's Day card, and a bunch of flowers, and possibly a box of chocolates if you want to push the boat out.
And maybe a hug.
I'm not bothered about that. That'll come later.
Oh.
Got to take me to dinner first.
Do you know what? I felt like we were on what's it called? Blind date then.
Blind date.
What people don't understand is this is really a green screen and I'm sat behind Grizz. What's your ideal, Grizz?
Yeah, it's like the fucked up fake taxi.
Oh, Liz, thank you for
Just put your leg up here, Adam.
What's this?
That would have been brilliant now. Oh, he's got his boxers on.
I'm shorts. I'm shorts tonight.
I like shorts.
Only problem is because I've sat and got comfy in my chair.
You've got banana in your pocket, mate.
No, it's a massive cock. Sorry, did I take them? No, but because I've been sat down and I've shuffled backwards and forwards, I'm like fucking Kylie Minogue from Wish. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the wonderful Liz Cobble-Kay. William Dobson writes in, Fluff, Planet Shuffle, age can't remember. And so on our way to the Huff Huff Nebula in our Nexus class starship on this short but epic trip. To all casters of the #1 Vape Show, you are all going on a trip together. What is the one thing that you can't forget to take with you?
Say that again.
So we're all going on a trip. What is the one thing that you can't forget to take with you?
My shoes.
Shoes?
Yeah, I need them because if not, my feet are going to hurt.
I really need shoes.
What? Obviously, vaping wise. What would juice in the device?
It just says.
I
what
don't
you're
think it
gonna
has to be vaping. No.
Do you know I'm a bastard for? Oh, sorry, that's a bad one.
That was very aggressive.
What's it? Do you know what I'm terrible at doing as well? It's the drink. Sorry.
Fucking blind. He's got a can of do as you're told, and it's using.
Yeah. My coat. Because I'm one of these that I normally, when I go to work, I jump in the taxi, I go to work, get out into work, and then my taxi's waiting for me to come home, and I normally forget my coat. So when I go out anywhere else, I don't take a coat. And then you think, why has everybody got a coat? Oh, I know why now.
I'm a non-coat kind of guy as well. Not for a forgetful reason. Just don't wear a coat. We went up on Kerber Edge today. Wind's battering me. I've got a body warmer on going. Right?
Aiden will 100% relate to mine. So last time I went on a trip with these guys, I forgot something very, very important.
Talcum powder.
And it ended up could have caused a serious injury. So what I need to remember to take is a fucking corkscrew.
Yeah.
100%.
It ended up being a trial trying to take it off like you've been watching them people. You know, when they get that thing
The
in, you go
sword.
like that.
That's exactly what I was trying to do. I was looking. I went in the back of my van. I've got to be honest. I was that smashed, right? I went in the back of my van expecting to find a fucking pirate's falchion. Like, I don't know how. Well, that won't open a cork.
I
will
always
it?
have a bottle opener handy. We kangaroo balls.
Tried everything. Tried everything.
Shoot Valentine. The best thing about it, I've not really seen you do that, but you just came running up to me going, look, it's got no glass in it.
No, I was saying, do you want to try a bit? Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink?
You didn't. You said there's no glass in it. I went, that's great. I never asked.
If there's one thing, do you know what? Socks. I am going to go back to your shoes thing, because do you know what, right? I could forget my shoes. But you know socks? Socks are more important than we ever give them credit for.
Yeah, you definitely need them.
Yeah.
Do you like thin or thick socks?
Oh, I'm not bothered.
I have to have
To
thin
be fair,
socks.
I'm not bothered.
I can't stand
Well,
thick
well,
socks.
you've got to think about it. Like now, wintertime, a good pair of woolly socks in bed, it does really help. Especially now I'm getting on a bit and I've got diabetes and bits. My feet go really, really cold.
Just in bits.
Just in bits.
All
So,
right.
Who's Justin?
So a nice pair of fluffy socks are absolutely fantastic. But summer, you need to wear them as well, because if not, your trainers end up stinking.
Stinking. Exactly. They're more important than you give them credit for, socks.
Trainer socks to soak in your sweaty feet.
I can survive no boxer shorts. I could survive anything. I can survive no coat on Kerber Edge. But I had to wear my socks.
The only thing, again, Sam M, the only thing about onesies, right? They are an absolute fantastic idea until you need a really desperate wee.
Or you have to wee like a small child, right? You have to drop it all the way down to your ankles, and then pee.
I sit down anyway.
Do you? I have a random sit down pee every now and then.
No, I sit down for everything. Just sit down, get your phone out, have a wee, push it through. You never know, because you've got to make sure you push it through, because if not, it could end up through the edge of the gap.
Do you know the worst one?
You have to start blaming the dog that is pissed on the floor.
Do you know the worst one? You know the worst one for us guys, right? And the rest of the guys in chat will agree with me on this. You know when you go for that really quick wee when you're desperate, and what you do is you do your zip down, but you don't pull your boxer shorts down enough, so it ends up like being caught.
Double stream.
Yeah. So what you do is you have your pee, and then you you get that fucking surprise piss that you just drop your boxer shorts like that. And it goes. And if you're not careful, if you're in too much of a rush, you'll pull it back in and piss yourself.
Yeah, and it goes back down your leg. You know, like it hasn't finished. Well, the thing is, you know, like you've flopped it over, and it's obviously stuck against your pipe underneath, and it's gathered a little bit of wee underneath, and you put it back down, and you think, oh, now it's all right for the first couple of minutes because it's nice and warm, but after that, it's not nice.
I tell you, it's like putting a kink in a hose pipe. That's what it is.
See, I also have an issue with long t-shirts.
Oh yeah, you have
long
to start
t-shirts
are
are fucking nightmare. You got to put your fucking top over your head like that. Because I did that once while we were in fucking Zoom once. I went to the fucking toilet, come back. I went to the toilet, my fucking t-shirt dropped down. I let go of it. I usually have it in my mouth like that. Let go of it. It dropped down, pissed all over my t-shirt. Fucking went, sat back down, didn't realise until I was fucking sat at the fucking thing, and I'm like, fucking hell, it's cold down here.
The other thing as well is that, again, obviously now we're getting a little bit older, is that, but you know, when you're like, shit, I'm desperate for a wee. And then you're like, you're all right, you're walking, you're getting up to the stairs, and you're about like a foot away from the toilet. It comes to the point where your body goes, you just got to piss now. It's like, well, I've made it all this way. Why are we going to start doing it now? And you're trying to get your zips down, and you just yank it down, straight down.
I think Aidan should ask for some pads for Valentine's Day.
I need them.
Not a fleshlight.
I'm still at that point where I can get to dancing stage.
Oh, dancing stage is
I can get. Yeah, I can get it to dancing stage, and I can last a little bit longer. I do like to play piss roulette.
Yes, Joe Attack Tech. We used to do that too.
No, I definitely couldn't do that now. I'm not like I could go right proper eye, but now mine. I try in toilet still. It's just midstream.
It used to be a nightmare though. Do you know if you were like having a genuine competition with the lads in the toilet, and you would force it, and it would sting.
Yeah, because
like a jet wash.
Turn to steam on way out.
Yeah.
You go like that.
Some men said it's a brain thing. You need to train it. Why do I feel like I'm a Pokemon? Instead of Pikachu, it's a Pikachu.
Gotta catch them all.
You have got to catch that because Lou will tell him off.
She go mental.
It's when she walks into the toilet and you stood there pissing up wall going like that.
yeah.
It'll get there.
It'll happen. I've got more chance to shit myself if I'm honest with you.
Wonderful question, William Dobson. I don't think you've seen it going that way, did you?
No, I don't think anyone did.
Paul Doling writes in, no longer living under Bentley Bridge. So each caster has a show to do on why you should vape and not smoke. You can choose one reviewer to do the show with you. It can be a fellow caster. It can't be a fellow caster. Please give the reason why you chose that reviewer. Thanks for the show, guys.
Mine's pretty easy. I would choose my brother because we had to watch my mum go through which you can only class as the most horrific way of passing. We sat down in the ICU unit watching black gunk come out of her lungs, go into this like a vessel. Just call it a vessel. That's the only thing that comes to it. Just black gunk coming into it. And I'll never forget this day. My brother will tell you. You went in and she'd had a tracheotomy, and the nurses said that she'd rolled wrong, and she was gasping, and she looked like a frog. She literally, like that, because she was trying to breathe, and it was because she'd moved, and all the gunk had gone into that part of the lungs. And from that day, me, my brother, and my dad, we were already vaping, me and Mark, but my brother, my dad, totally and utterly stopped from that day. And yeah, that's what I'd show him, because it's obviously now when you're having a cigarette and stuff like that, you don't really think about that, the end part, because without your lungs, your heart's a bit buggered and your body's a bit buggered. So yeah, that'd be it. And it was just horrible. And I'm telling you now, the stuff that were coming out of it were black. It was black gunk of all the tar and all the shit that had built up all over them years. So yeah, that's the sort of show we'd do.
Mine. I'm going to give a twofold. I'm going to give a twofold answer, right? And one of them, I would love to have Grim Green there because he's a great advocate for the industry. He's a great advocate for harm reduction. But I would also grab someone who smokes, not the person who's comfortable with smoking, but the person who can't stop, right? Because we all know one of them people who has tried every which way to stop. And just can't, whether it be with tablets, with nicotine gum, with patches, with vaping, with anything else. I've got a customer who comes in the shop who still has cigarettes, vapes, the worst tobacco we can give them, and goes through tobaccos, because do you know what? He doesn't want it to be a pleasurable experience. He wants it to be a quit. And the only way he seems to have got to that point to where he's cut his cigarettes all the way down is by having disgusting e-liquid or tobacco flavored e-liquid that he doesn't like. Something that actually repulses him, because do you know what? It gives him that moment of wanting to put it down. And I would have someone like that, because do you know what? You've got on one hand you've got Grim Green, one of the best advocates that the industry has ever seen for harm reduction. But on the other hand, you have got that person who it is affecting, and the person, we've all been there with people who it has affected. But to hear someone's story of why they want to give up smoking, they know the damage it's causing them, and they know what's going off to their body while they do it, and that would be my answer.
See, I was gonna...
just 2 seconds. Mike Haynes, it only works on a Wednesday night on Three Men and a Vape Show up till 12 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Didn't think Adam would pick my vapes. My vapes.
I would probably pick Mark also, just for the fact that he's got the most calming voice you can ever listen to in your life.
God, you know, he said to me after the show the other day, he said, I think I might go into reading these books.
I think he should.
Yeah.
He really does. I was talking to Sam about it today. Sam loves his voice.
I said to her as well. I said, what we'll do is we'll get you some readers' wives. We'll send you escort offer and stuff like that.
Mills and Boone.
No, some porn.
There'll not be a dry pair of knickers in house.
And we are now talking about Ethel from Dewsbury. She's writing in saying that her and her husband's life needs spicing up. So she decided to send a picture of a gash.
Oh my gosh.
I need that in my life. I need
No, she
that
had
in
to
my
send
life.
it back. There were a 4-inch gash in it.
No, I need Mark reading stuff like that in my life. I do. So today
I've
we're
come
talking...
to plumb in your washing machine.
Oh.
Zip flop bang.
No, I need that in my life. Honestly, I'm messaging him now.
It's okay, said the fireman. I'll save you.
See, what you want to do as well, you want to watch it in reverse. He sucks cum off a chest, breaks a fucking fridge, and then fucks off. I'm so sorry, this is a vape show. Why do I say these things?
The worst thing is, right, you said that and all I heard is... I don't know why you went, you should listen to that in reverse. And I went, huh? What? I went into a real big zone. Like, time stopped for me and I heard...
Booby?
Yeah.
Oh, cracking question, Paul. Thank you very much. And now we need Mark reading things in reverse in my head.
Yeah. Nod nod.
Darren Sharples. Or Sharpless. Sorry, mispronunciation of the name there. When
I
adding
thought we were going to go into a murder mystery then.
When adding nick shots to short fill, some of them become very harsh. The vape we've already covered that, Darren.
But again, you've got to make sure that fruits you're pretty all right 24 hours, or you can get away with doing it straight away. But if it's custards or anything like that, you do need to sort of like, hold on, Adam. You need to 48, and even maybe a week as well. Some of the Rochford stuff, Jay says himself, leave it for a week to steep.
Sorry, I'd already read next question. Sean Garb writes in. All casters, I've recently been having a recurring nightmare. I'm being chased by someone or something. Don't know what, but all it says is, my name is Jeff.
My name is
21. My name is Jeff.
Have you ever had a dream or nightmare that stuck with you? And what was it? Is it still there?
It's not him.
It's not Jeff.
No. It's not that Jeff. It's obviously a Jeff.
Obviously a Jeff.
Yeah.
See,
It's his other mate that worries me. His name's Gary.
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 Oh, I love that episode.
I do as well as
Brilliant.
Ace did.
I've just done that thing where you roll an eyelash into your eyeball.
Oh, that's no good. Do you know what? I dream very vivid, and it might be people I've not even seen for years or even thought about for years just suddenly pop up in my dreams. It's just so weird. I haven't spoken to them or I've not seen them for years, and they'll just pop up in my dreams. And I think
And what's weird about them is when you can't, like, when you're awake, you can't particularly remember the tone of the voice and stuff like that and exactly how they look. But when you dream them, they're exactly how they were and exactly they sound exactly the same and all that kind of shit.
Yep, totally. Dreams are just weird things.
Do you know what? I'm whether you call it fortunate or unfortunate, I must skip REM sleep because I don't dream whatsoever. It's very rare I have a dream or a nightmare. When I do, they are bad. Like, they're either really bad or really good. But I don't dream at all. And I can't. You know what? I'll wake up and I'll feel really upset or really happy or something like that, and I will not be able to remember it at all. And I'd love to. I even looked into lucid dreaming at one point. You know, where you control your dreams and all this bullshit. But no, I honestly, unfortunately, sorry to be a bad caster and not be able to answer a question, but I don't dream.
There's only a percentage of people that don't do that, you know.
If it was recurring dream
all the time.
I've not really had a recurring dream, but because obviously I suffer with mental health, and I used to suffer really badly with night terrors,
Yeah.
really badly, like to the point where I would be awake and I'd still be fucking dreaming. And there was one time I was going to Florida and I was all stressed about getting ready, worried about it was the next day we were going. So we had me, Lisa. Did I have kids then? Can't remember if that was the time. No, it was the time before I had kids. So we had me, Lisa, and her dad sleeping here. And I woke. Apparently, I got up in the middle of the night, shouting, "The fucking Iceman's going to get us. The Iceman's going to get me." I had no clothes on. Jumped up out the bed, took off down the stairs, rolled down the fucking. Apparently, I cleared the fucking stairs, and fucking tried to get out the fucking front door with no clothes on. Fucking our lass's dad came down, slapped us silly, run the face, and woke us up, which is probably one of the most dangerous things you can do.
See what you did, what they didn't really hear properly. It wasn't that what you were shouting. You were shouting, "The ice cream van's coming." And you wanted a 99 with lots of nuts and juice.
Oh, I love nuts and juicy nuts. Juicy nuts the best. But like I said, recurring wise, I've never really had recurring dreams. I had a couple when I was a kid, but now that's really stuck with us. Apart from that one, because it was bad, and it was because I was it was coming up towards Christmas, and I'd been watching YouTube videos about Florida, and they were doing all the Christmas rides, and the Grinch ride was opening, and I was wanting to go on that and all that kind of shit. And I just got this fucking thing in my head that this Iceman was scary as fuck. I'm not even lying.
Have you ever had it where you've been in a dream and you're falling out with somebody and you want to hit them, but you can't hit them? You think, "I'm going to fucking twat you," and you go, and you just
your fist stops like they've got a force field.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I've flown in my dreams as well. I can fly.
You can fly?
Yeah, I've flown in my dreams.
Other Sean, I regularly sleep with eyes open. Used to have night terrors and sleep paralysis. My 2-year-old now has night terrors, wakes up screaming every couple of hours.
Night terrors are no joke. Like,
I very, 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 very rarely. It's really rare that I do dream or remember or even any way, shape, or form. Once I'm asleep, I'm asleep.
I imagine Adam sleeping like this.
Ask Jackie. Jackie's had to. I told her forever. Like, I don't snore very often, but when I'll leave myself awake until I can't stay awake no more. I've suffered with insomnia in past and everything else, and it's terrible. But like, I'll stay awake till I physically can't stay awake anymore, and then I'll go. And once I'm out, and I don't know anything. I'm dead to the world. And I've said to her a million times, if I ever start snoring, because I don't snore very often, just to push me, or she's worked out that she rolls me on my side, I'm all right.
Fucking Craig Campbell.
I saw that. My brother bit his fingers while dreaming about eating a burger. Surely that would have been a hot dog.
It's a fucking nightmare, that.
Yeah,
That reminds me of the Dean Martin joke when he says, I had a dream I was eating a 3-foot marshmallow, woke up and my pillow was gone.
Well, fart and feathers for months.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely question, Sean. Thank you very, very much.
Happens to me every night, Keith.
I dream nearly every night. Love dreaming so much I hate waking up. That's true.
Yeah, dreams are good though. If they're good dreams, it's like, I want to go back and you try and remember what you were doing.
Well, that's why I looked into lucid dreaming, because obviously in lucid, the theory behind lucid dreaming is whether you set it out, you set your dreamscape out and you become in control of your dreams. It's very sort of what's the word? It's very sort of theoretical, but a lot of people have come forward and said that they can lucid dream, and I would love to be able to lucid dream. But yeah.
I know it's normally like the back end of your sleep that you know that you're actually, or you sort of know that you're dreaming. You can sort of control bits that are in it. As well as if I'm doing stuff. I remember years ago I was really into playing cards, like poker. And I remember playing a lot of it online. And because I've done that, the cards are going through my head. And the other one as well that's got me just lately is because I've been playing a lot of DayZ. That sort of thing of what's been happening in that has been in my dreams. But yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Hard
we
count.
differ, Joe Guitar Tech. I used to dream that I was pissing at 10-year-olds. However, I didn't wake up. I just used to piss.
Cracking question. Thank you, Sean. Next question is from Roy Bentley.
Yeah, when I'm busting for a wee Billy Lee, you're right.
Why doesn't banana flavour taste anywhere near as it did 8 years ago? It used to be glorious. Epic Clouds. Oh, I used to love Epic Clouds. Brand, for example. But now all the brands I've tried are nowhere near as nice. I started vaping years back and started smoking again and recently got back into it. I can answer this one, and I actually know the true meaning behind it.
I remember you telling us about this.
Yeah, banana is a weird one. So the the banana flavor that existed years ago, don't forget, a lot of it is nostalgia. So the thought of nostalgia flavor will not be the same, right? Plain and simple. Your taste buds have changed, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of things that can go against that. But banana flavor, for example, so this is not just in vaping, this is in complete general. The banana that you eat at Tesco's or Morrison's or whichever shop that you go to, the only flavor concentrate that they've got is foam banana. And that's because that's what bananas used to taste like. Now, bananas nowadays are a different genetic breed than what they used to be. So they don't taste the same. But nostalgia is going to be the biggest fact in that, Roy, because you will remember the flavor being a certain way because you got used to it. But nowadays, it's not going to be the same.
You can still get them foamy banana taste. To me,
Foamy banana taste is the taste of 19. I think it's. I don't quote me on the date, but it's like 1950s or 1960s actual bananas.
if we go back to the bananas, what you used in vaping, should I say, like 2016 sort of time, a lot of them were massively chemically.
Yeah, yeah.
Had that horrible chemically taste to them, and it was very hard to get them. It's like a chocolate. A chocolate isn't easy to do. And I tell you, who did an absolute fantastic banana was Bunny and Darren. They did a fantastic, not banana, a chocolate. They did a white one and a dark chocolate.
Banana.
It's very hard. But
Banana. Try Manna by well, you can't try Manna now, but Amatorium did the best banana flavor.
It was, yeah, that was really, really good. Nana, he called it, didn't he?
Yeah, Mana. I've got it on the shelves behind me.
Yeah, really good.
I've got a bottle saved.
I used to love that banana pound cake one that Coil Turd did. I think it was Bole Bolu.
Bole, yeah.
Yeah.
But Epic Clouds used to do a pumpkin spice around Christmas.
Remember that, yeah.
Great nice. It was great nice, I tell you.
I don't know why people expect them to taste exactly like what they're supposed to be, because I'm not being funny. When you get flavouring for strawberry from a fucking beaver's anus, do you know what I mean? Like what?
I think that's black currant, and I don't think that's actually where they get it from. I think that was. I can't let that go. What do you mean you can't expect it to taste what it's supposed to taste like? Of course it does. It's like you sit down there and you're going to go and get an orange drink, and it comes out that it's pineapple.
Yeah, but you can't expect it.
Like
you can't
orange.
expect something that it's like a simulated taste in it as well. You know what I mean? It's not going to feel and taste like a fucking orange.
I've plenty of vapes I've had that taste like orange.
The thing is, and I will back you both up here, right? So, Aidan, if it's a orange flavored vape, it's going to taste like orange, but dependent on which concentrate they're using depends on what kind of orange. Freshly squeezed, for example, by Elements, if you remember, used to taste like Sunny D, and it were a banging orange juice. Sometimes they'll use a sweet orange instead, so it'll be like a candied peel, so it'll not taste.
Yeah, which is a little bit like the Rochford Project one.
Yeah. Or Hush Juice, orange gin, if you remember that one.
Yeah, Hush Juice, yeah. Well, that's where, you and me were tasting in the, what's it called? Casadian. It's not Casadian.
Kardashian Dora.
Great, yeah, but we were tasting sort of like the rum taste behind it. That was actually the pith.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's one of those things. Different companies will use different blends of different concentrates. So when you think sometimes a simple liquid A simple liquid can be about 3 or 4 different concentrates mixed together to make that one liquid. But yeah.
Lynn, I don't know who's told you that. I don't think they do get it out of a beaver's butt. It's
There
the
is
same
a
as...
flavouring. It might not be strawberry. It might be raspberry or something like that.
Well, they used to say that about Skittles, didn't they? The blackcurrant one was out of a beetle.
No, it's the red colouring. So the E number is actually crushed up cactus beetles. And that is true. That's why Skittles and Smarties weren't vegan and not suitable for vegetarians, because I can't remember the eggs. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google it.
Oh, it's vanilla flavouring.
Well, vanilla flavouring normally comes from a pod.
It says beaver buttermilk goo used for vanilla flavouring.
I don't think they'd use that.
It's Google. It's got to be right, mate.
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, look at him. He's thinking, I was just vaping vanilla the other day.
Well, vanilla.
And it didn't taste like an arsehole.
It's so the red is called carmine. It's E120, and it's crushed up beetles that create that red colour.
Yeah, but how many times is that used? It's probably used in something you're going to get from China or maybe other places.
No.
Please don't mention crushed up beetles and shit like that to me, because fucking Lynn's on fucking ordering all the shit for the charity live.
But
I did pretty well this year with my family of scorpions. I did pretty well with them. I ate them all.
But carmine is beetles. And there you go, E120. So if you ever have a red-coloured something and you look at the E number...
Yeah, but hold on a minute. How can you get strawberries out of a beaver's arse unless you feed them it?
Yeah, that's very true. It's only the same as Red Bull. It's only the same as Red Bull.
What, they're going to give you wings?
No, Red Bull is got taurine in it, which is technically found in bulls' testicles.
Well, a lot of them are in fucking Parliament as well.
And but that's why it's called Red
Bull.
Bull.
They're Tories.
What colour would you be if someone stuck a needle in your testy?
I'd be probably clear. It'd be vodka.
Cracking question.
There'd
Roy.
have to be a good shot with mine, because only one of them's real.
I'll tell you something. I'm going to bring a blow dart.
50-50 chance to get the wrong fucking one, so I might be sound.
It's been that
the
long.
The best thing about it is, well, can you imagine that? It hits the wrong one, and then all of a sudden your belly starts going, shh. Oh, fucking hell, you're punching him now. You go.
Oh, can you imagine his face? Can you imagine his face if he hits the wrong one and I'm still stood there like, doesn't even hurt that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lynn's put no scorpion for Aiden. Got something special for him.
Oh, I enjoyed my scorpion family last week.
They were really nice.
You know what? It tastes nutty.
Yeah, mine was a little bit overdone.
I didn't cook mine.
No, I know. We didn't cook them, but mine was a little bit overdone.
Yeah.
I'd like a little bit of goo.
There we go. You can tell he's a chef, can't you? Fucking Gordon Ramsay coming out at him now. It wasn't medium rare.
Do you know what? I love my scorpion medium rare. Gregor Haynes writes in, "Hi, James Bond's fat brother, 47, living in Hull. There's an apocalypse which wipes out all electricity. Cigarettes are now currency and too valuable to smoke. So you have to DIY your new vape from scraps and old pieces and figure out how to power it. What do you do?" This is a great question.
Fucking
sorry,
nightmare.
just 2 seconds.
All electricity's gone.
Electricity's gone?
Fucking hell.
So
fucking Aiden solar panels is going to come in handy here.
Yeah, but I would like to say it's almost pretty simple, right? Almost. So you'd use an RDA. You'd have to go down RDA road, because if we're at a point where everything's gone, we're going to be running desperately low on stock coils. So I would go for an RDA. 510 connections are pretty simple. You just pick a 510 connection up. Billy Lee has absolutely nailed my idea. I was going to say it up to a bike, right? Because what I'd do is start treating it like we're supposed to, like a cigarette, and only using it once every hour or something. You just get on your bike, bit of kinetic energy.
See, I was going to go down a similar route. I was going to, do you know So you see
The
them,
Walt
you see
battery.
these videos on Facebook all the time where these like tribes people, they'll build like a big underwater fucking
Oh yes.
swimming pool and shit like that, and it's fucking amazing the way they do it. They do it all from scratch, dig it all out and stuff. But they also make things where wheels turn and shit.
Yeah.
So I would get one of them torches, wind up torches.
Yeah, it's one of the crank.
Wind up torches, right? Wire it up to that. Obviously, I'd have to vape in situ. Do you know what I mean?
That's in.
And then fucking wire it up to some kind of water
You
wheel
wouldn't even
device.
need- the water is irrelevant with that one because you could just don't forget, right? Don't forget. Oh, here we go. Old school mods were things like torches and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be too difficult to just get an old wind up radio or something like that. Stick a 510 connection to a wind up radio.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. You can get them wind up torches, can't you?
Yeah, that's what I was just on about.
And that's how I'd do it.
Yeah. That's
You
a
can find
great
wire.
Well, what I was saying was I would rig up a thing in some stream or something like that where it turns a fucking wheel so you didn't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, electric and water's not very good, is it?
The other side. The other side of it is you could
make
just
electric with water fucking turbines.
Yeah, but the trouble is you're going to have to be near the stream to have a vape.
USB lead.
Well, how long is that going to be when you're wandering around?
No, you just you have an internal battery, charge it up through that, and then fuck off.
Oh, I thought everything had gone, and you've got batteries
Electricity had.
What about the other side? We could
Did he say batteries? We're gone. No.
I want to see if it would work. You'd need one of those like blowtorch lighters, right? And you know the incense burners that you use tea lights and put a wax melt in it. But get a metal one of them and burn it from underneath.
Billy Lee Rice, peddling is good for exercise too. Do I look like I'm going to be any good at that?
It's not what you need in your life,
I'd have to have someone else to fucking pedal for us. Mate,
Exactly, but you'll get some
mate,
cigarettes.
Fucking hurry
So
up,
what you're gonna have to do now is Sean, you're gonna have to become friends with Tina on Facebook, who started her own business.
Yeah.
She's making her own wax melts.
Yeah. Or just hide your vaping addiction by creating a spinning class. Right? And just say to people, I'm starting up this spinning class, and all you have to do is stand up front at class and just pretend and do that roll the body thing that they do and get them all spinning and just attach your vapes to all of that.
Fucking Billy Lee Rice there nailed it again. Give them the cigs because the cigs are too valuable to smoke, so you just pay people in cigarettes. We're not advocates anymore anyway. We're struggling to vape ourselves.
Yeah. Fuck them, I'm having fags. Like that.
Aren't you off that YouTube channel?
Like that.
Yeah, I used to be.
Back in day.
Since this apocalypse has happened and everything's gone to shit, fuck it. Don't matter, does it?
Look at me, I'm like a fucking millionaire.
And then you'd have Mark sat in
Like
the corner
Scrooge
reading all the
McDuck.
Mark sat in the corner reading all the kids' bedtime stories.
Yeah. Diane didn't love her husband anymore, so she got a 14-inch dildo.
Like that. Cheers, Mark.
Wrong stories, Mark. Wrong stories.
That's for the night gig.
Jackie made me laugh today, right? We were going back to one of last week's question about what we'd do if we were in the zombie apocalypse and we all started to get attacked. We went up, said it earlier on, we went up Kerber Edge. And we were walking across Edge and Jackie went, we could just have a gun and come up here, couldn't we? And I'm like, what are you on about? She went, no, like that answer.
He's thinking,
like that.
have you got that insurance sorted?
That's why we were walking up and she went, we could just come up here with a gun, couldn't we? And I'm thinking, fucking, here we go. Summer as Sam from Kerber Edge, right? She's just going to start picking walkers off. And all of a sudden she went, no, like last week, we could come up here, couldn't we? When you were talking about it on UK Vape Show. Thank fuck for that. Honestly, I thought my mind.
The trouble is, you need a lot of bullets. You imagine if you've got a big, massive horde.
Yeah.
Either that, or you could get a winch and sort of like set it up and dangle Jackie over the edge.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
say, come here, and then they could all fall over.
That was idea. That's the other side. Once you run out of bullets, you just walk them off the edge.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Adam dropped fucking Jackie at the wedding.
Is it, Jack?
Yes,
true.
fucking don't want to be dangling Jackie over anything.
Adam!
I didn't drop you. You fell.
You fell. It's your own
Just
silly
a quick
fault,
one,
you
just a
brought
quick
more
one,
bullets.
because I think it's interesting what he said as well. Joe Guitar Tech said, "I reckon Vic would be too proud to smoke again if vapes left." Now, seriously, like a serious question? Do you know if there was no such thing as vaping anymore? It was totally gone. Do you reckon you would end up smoking again or not? Because I
reckon
don't
I'd be able
personally.
to cold turkey. I reckon I'd be able to cold turkey from that. You know, if it comes to a point where you had to just stop. If it came to a point where they went, no nicotine product can ever be sold other than a cigarette, right? I'm quite faithful in myself that I'd be able to go, right, done.
It all depends. If we're suddenly in an apocalypse, I won't really give a shit. And if I needed to get that sort of nicotine to it, unfortunately, I'll probably end up having a cigarette because I can't vape. If I could vape, I'd vape. But if you're in that massive stress of the last thing you need to worry about if you're going to get your throat ripped out by a zombie.
See, I honestly
I'm
think
smoking.
that I haven't smoked for that long now. I think smoking would be kind of an alien thing to do. It wouldn't be like the first thing that I would turn to. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, the bollocks. You're sat down there, you've been caught in an house. You've got a great big horde outside drumming on the bastard windows. You've got no vape. You've got
not
no
a load
nothing.
of
And there's
bollocks,
a packet
Aidan,
of
it's just
Regal
my view.
and a lighter.
It's just my fucking view, right?
Well, no,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you're going to look cooler.
It's a big window. There's a lot of people can see through it.
You will be cooler walking out with a fag in your mouth than nothing.
Yeah.
When you're walking out
Me,
kicking
bitches.
zombies in head like that. Fuck off.
I
go
genuinely
back to
don't think I would
pouches.
go back to smoking, me.
What? Under all that stress?
No.
The stress is
I
something
wouldn't be
that I
stressed,
didn't think
mate. I've got
about.
mine all mapped out. I wouldn't be stressed. I'd be sorted. The only time I get stressed is just before I was going to die.
Hold on a minute. Let's get this right. We've got a bloke who's going to Disneyland who was really happy going on the Grinch's ride, who got naked running down the stairs going, the Iceman. I've got this all fucking planned. Well done, son. I'm coming with you. Who's going to get you killed? That dickhead. It's all right. Cool as shit. I've got it all bloody planned. When them zombies come for me, he can't even come your fucking ride at Disneyland.
Yeah, but that's the big thing, right? While he's awake, he's absolutely sound. He's going to be like Duke Nukem, walking around going, fuck him, right? What? That zombie's coming for your head, Sean. Right.
He's going to be like a backwards B.A. Baracus, isn't he? You know,
Yeah.
like to try and get him on a plane. You have to give him milk to knock him out. He sat down there giving him loads of, keep awake.
Yeah.
Sean, I think the missus is pushing us like that. Sean, I think the zombies is coming in. I think the zombies is getting in through the front door. Fuck off. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm jumping down there. Mickey's going to get me. Mickey's going to get me.
But then, what happens is the sleep time comes. The fire's lit in the middle of the room, big barrel, right? And this guy who's been walking around fucking nutting zombies all day is laid there going, like getting up and running out into the horde because he thinks he's being chased by one. That's how it'd work.
Yeah, he's got it all run. He's got it all set.
He's just going into shed and he's going to 3D print spears.
Brittany. Make sure the end's toxic. No, baby, baby. Ow.
Thank you very much, Gregor. Again, massive tangent.
It's all right. Aidan ruined mine.
You haven't got an opinion, right?
Yeah, no.
He started it himself.
It's so
I bet it all
I
fucking
feel
sorted.
bullied.
Don't use that word. No, whoa, don't use that word on
Oh,
the
that's my
internet.
Twitter blown up again.
Oh. We've been here before.
We
We've
have.
been here before. Samantha Davidson writes in.
Ooh.
Evening, guys. What's something that has made you feel proud this week? Even the smallest thing that's made you smile and think, I did that. Let's share in our own achievements, however small, and raise others up. Oh, this is a great question for after what Aidan's just done to you. And raise others up, not bring them down.
Just stated the obvious.
Well, Sean's thwarted a zombie apocalypse. What? So, ladies and gentlemen in chat, obviously, this is a fun one. If there's something that you've done this week that has made you proud, let's all share in Samantha's question and let everyone else know that moment this week that made you go, I've done that.
For me this week, it's got to be my kids. They're both doing really well at school. Obviously, a few people know that I had a few troubles with me little lad. We were having a bit of trouble with him going to school and stuff like that. And he seems to have turned a corner this month. And this week we got a glowing report from both kids. The youngest is in primary school, oldest is in comp. We got a glowing report from both schools saying that they're doing really well. So I would say that made me proud. Yeah, made me really proud.
I'm really proud of. I've just done the normal things that you do as a dad and as an husband. Lou's not been very well, but so you look after your wife and you make sure she's all right, and you look after your kids and do the shopping and do the bits that you should do. And I went to work and you do that. I don't know whether I'm proud of it. It's just sort of your job, isn't it? That it's like, you know, if I'm ever down or if I'm poorly, Louise looks after me like royalty, which she does anyway. Yeah. But when she's poorly, it's like the mum of the entire group of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things go to shit, but we've kept everything going. Holly's been really, really good, even though she had a bit of a blip at the beginning of the week. But yeah, everybody's been really good. Everybody's pulled together. So I'm just proud of me family in whole. And I've been proud of them for quite a while because things happen in life that's not great, but we've all kept it together. Christmases are always hard for people. Monetary wise, it's been hard for everybody, and we're all struggling a little bit. So it's just nice that we've all stuck together and we're here.
And that's it. It's that support network, and mine's exactly the same. So me and Jackie went out last night, and we went and had a night in our little van. And we got out of I always say that the world is a big place, right? The world is a massive place. And for some people, that place is a little bit too much sometimes. So what you have to do is you have to make it smaller. You make it smaller however you've got your escapism. You make your world smaller. And what we did is we got in the van yesterday afternoon and we drove out. And we drove out into the countryside. It's a brilliant place to go. It's a brilliant place to clear your head and just have a minute and reconnect. And do you know what? Seeing my wife today in a better place is I can't help but feel. You're really, really right. Being a father, being a husband, being everything else is not necessarily a thankless job, but we don't appreciate what others do until them moments happen. When you sort of stand back and take a look at the world, and when I say the world, I mean your personal world, and you have to be thankful for every single last bit that's in there.
I think all three of us are pretty lucky as well. Obviously, you've got Jackie, you've got Lisa, I've got Lou, and we work pretty well as a team. All our partners, and with obviously your children.
I'd be lost without Lisa.
Your children, and if you haven't got sort of like that. That partnership, I've been with Lou 18 years. We've always been together, and I'll spend any waking hour that I can do with her. But just that, like you said, support network and getting through them hard times is a massive thing.
Yeah, I've been with Lisa since I was 16. 21 years this year.
It's a lot. And sometimes you must have gone through them bits where you go, do you know, I've fucking had enough of this. I'm fucking. And
then both have, mate. We both have.
And you come back and you think, do you know what? I really don't think I could live without you.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
We all keep fighting. And do you know what? That's one thing that you should be proud of every single day, because a family that fights together stays together. And that's what it is. and that feels like my Jerry Springer thought of the day.
Shall we quickly see
But-
what people have said in chat?
Big shout out as well to people in chat. I think there's been a number of people. Were you going to read that out, Sean?
Yeah, I'll quickly read them out. I was going to, if you were starting, then you do it if you want. It's up to you.
No, you go on, mate. You know
Oh,
me.
you bullied him now. Look at him. He's all shy and timid in corner. We're going to have to get him out of his shell again now.
Yeah, I was right. I was doing it this, mate.
Massive cock. Massive cock.
It's the chat. It's the chat. Get your clothes on, son. Get your clothes on.
The Iceman's coming.
Fucking E-slap. Right, we've got Craig Campbell. I passed my exercise ECG for my PCV license. Awesome stuff, mate. Well done. Joe Guitar Tech, you sound local to me, pal. You in the northeast. If you're talking to me, yes, I'm in Durham.
That's Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh man, that's all you get when you go to Florida.
Near Ant and Deg.
Yeah.
Apart from screaming.
Do you know such and such that lives in London? Like, no.
That's ace, isn't it?
Because our country to them is really small. So you know what I mean. Like they drive 6 hours just to go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? We drive 6 hours. We're going to end up nearly at the end of the country.
I met this bloke. He was from London. He had a Cockney accent. His name was Dave. Did you know him? Not yet.
Much love, Stuart. Much love.
Other Sean changed the baby's nappy without getting karma all over my knuckles. Awesome stuff, mate. Awesome stuff. Let's have a look. Gregor Haynes had a few this week. Signed up for housing registry to get a place. Signed up to a free gym scheme to help lose weight and cleaned up some of the house for family coming.
Awesome well done,
buddy. Scuba this week. I didn't buy any vape gear. Jane Dowd, I've helped 2 families who have lost a child this week. In brackets, in a small way, but helped. That's awesome.
That must be awesome.
Oh yeah, can't even imagine it. I mean, obviously, Jane does a lot of work for Clare House, one of the charities that we raised some money for the charity live, and the work that charity does is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. Let's have a look. I think that's everyone.
Stuart Valentine.
Oh, Stuart Valentine. That's at the very bottom. Bill Richards as well. Try to support my friends, including the ones I don't know yet.
Bill, you always do that, mate.
I was going to say
wonderful
that.
Bloke.
Bill is always there for everyone, all the time.
Brilliant bloke.
Stuart Valentine, been a single parent for 17 years. The amount of times I thought it would have been so much easier with the help of another. Just got to put your head down.
And you've got to think about it, though, Stu. I know Stu pretty well. Scarlett is one hell of a beautiful young lady, and you've done an absolute amazing job, and you're an amazing bloke as well.
Yes.
My kids and Lou think the world of you, know that.
He's a really nice dude.
He is. Down to earth. He's even funny when he's pissed.
I got a Christmas card off him, like a card off him with one of these stickers in, like that. Just going like that. It was fucking brilliant. So every time I see him in chat now, it's like, Stuart.
No, he's a beautiful man.
Connor Smith, for the last 2 years, I've struggled to lose weight. Hit 13 stone this week, so taking it upon myself to go to Slimming World in an attempt to lose weight. That's what I'm proud of this week.
Well done.
And that's it.
Awesome well done, stuff. Everyone. That's something to be proud of. And to be fair, Samantha, cracking question, because do you know what? Sometimes it's easy to see the negatives in life. And for someone to put it into perspective and ask a question like that out of the blue, that's a win. You get
also a big shout out as well for Samantha. She's started a new job not long back. I think she's working with Mind, is it, Sean?
Yeah, she's working with Mind. She's doing
with
really
Mind,
well.
which is a fantastic charity, and she's going to do really well there. And so we wish you all the well with it. I think she's probably is about 4 months in.
Yeah,
been working there.
Sam actually on the last Misfits show was on about something that made her proud as well. She'd actually got one of the, I don't know if it's a service user or whatever, to actually interact, and it made her feel really proud as well.
Big
which
love.
Is awesome stuff, helping people and stuff like that, especially through sometimes through some of the hardest times of their lives, and you being there at that moment. It's.
I'll tell you what, there must be a hell of a lot of people out there now, especially with this, with the to try and heat your home and eat and try and get your kids clothes and all this stuff. The stress that parents are under and people are under is just, I've never known it. I'm coming up to 44-year-old. I have never known it to be as bad as it is now.
Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't have. I'm just going to go back to positive. It doesn't have to be something massive. It doesn't have to be life changing. It doesn't have to be anything else. And to be fair, it doesn't actually have to impact on anyone else's life. If you've got something, and this is where we all lose sight of it. If you've got something somewhere that you may have just given a little wry smile to, guess what? You've done it. That's it. That's your moment. And life is full of little moments. Life is not full of big moments. It's all full of little moments. And those little moments mean the absolute world. But you can't see them when everything else is shaded. So just remember, when you sit back and you have that little smile, that is your moment. That is that moment to be proud of and to be congratulated for, even if it's only been congratulated by yourself. So everyone has got a positive. You just don't see it sometimes.
And also, we've said this, obviously, you've got the Misfits to go to. You've got us three. If you, any of you who watch this show ever need to talk to anybody, there's all three of us here, including Vic. Just let us know.
Yeah, it's down here.
Message.
Vic's down here. He's just sorting the box away out.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
That's not what he's doing
No,
down
he's
there.
not.
You're lying.
Why do you think I wore shorts tonight?
I like short shorts.
I knew that was exactly what I was going to say as well, you beaters.
But we've all got one.
Shouldn't really
We've
talk
all
about
got
you
one.
beating me.
Yeah, don't hit me.
Oh,
And ladies and gentlemen,
he's beating Summit.
I have emptied my sack.
Well done. Some
I am
really
done.
good questions there.
Yeah,
I think you've actually missed one.
missed one.
But yeah, please
It
go
was
to
on the
your
other bag.
your other bag from last week. There was one. I think it's
Ken
the
Brown.
back end of it,
Let's have a look.
from last week's messages, and it's right down at the bottom.
I've got him. I've got him. So. Oh, I like this. That's an entrance. That's an entrance and a half. Ken Brown writes in. Good day, everyone. How are you all doing? Well, I'm fine, thank you.
I'm pretty
Right,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know about everyone else. Hope everyone is fine. Thanks for your help last week. What's your thought on disposables coming out of China? Do you think they are aimed at children, and do you see yourself using them?
Number one, we've gone through this quite a number of times. He did also post a bit about how, thank you so much for all the help that we gave him last week and all that. Disposal, they've got a place. They shouldn't be aimed at children. Have I used them? Yes. Would I use them? Yes.
My opinion, right? So disposables are not for me. I don't use them. I use them if I've got one to test, but it's not through choice. It's through use. Do I think they've got a place? Yes. Which my opinion's changed on that greatly, and I'm not afraid to admit it. In some facts, I was wrong, and I'm sure Sean's got the same view as me on that one as well. Are they marketed to kids? Controversial answer is controversial. Yes. They are coloured. They are called Ice Skittles. They are called... Don't get me wrong, right? We all like a unicorn pop. We all like a flavour that's named that kind of word. But is it marketed to a child? It's marketed... I honestly think that they're marketed to everyone. Whether that be young people, old people, in the middle people, they're marketed to everyone. So
I wouldn't have said marketed. I said more appealing.
Yeah, 100%. But it's one of those. They're marketed to everyone, and that includes the younger market. That includes the older market. That's why we do see things like tobacco flavored and menthol flavored and spearmint flavored and all these other flavors that I class more the older vapor, but they're also in that same ilk. Very colourful. Name some very fun things, and yes, I do. That's my opinion.
I don't see myself using them, to be brutally honest.
I'll get in touch with you.
I don't see me using them, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like we've said before, I used to be totally anti-disposable, 100%. Wanted them banned and everything. But now kind of look at them as if to say, you know, there is times when they are handy to have. You know, like you're going out to the pub and stuff like that. You don't want to, like some of my some of my kits are worth 300 quid. I don't want to be taking them to the pub.
You're going away on holiday. Why would you want to take all your juice, all your stuff like that? Drop a couple of disposables in your case. What about this as well? You suddenly out and about and you've took a device and your battery goes or something fucks up.
Or you drop it and smash it.
Yeah, and then pick some fags up.
I'm not on about you dancing. I'm on about like just vaping. So then you can go to a vape shop where you should be getting them from, pick a disposable up, get you through the day.
Yeah. But I think like now I'm at the point now where with regards to banning them, it's a case of it's regulation it needs rather than a full outright ban, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, like I say, we've gone over this so many times with.
Yeah, we've done this plenty of times.
It's going to come up.
Thank you very much for your question. Does that conclude your?
I preemptively emptied.
He emptied a bag in a bit.
I had a premature emptying first, but we finished in the end.
We're right there.
Always get there in the end, mate.
I know.
So, are we going to call it a day, lads?
Yeah, we'll have an early finish and
yes,
go with Vic. Get well soon, Vic, mate.
Yeah.
Get well soon, Vic.
Who should we pick on first? We'll pick on Sean because he takes the fucking longest.
Yeah,
you fucking knob. Yeah, thank you very much and bye. That fucked you up, didn't it? That's not really my goodbye. I'm not fucking finishing there.
I know, but Adam.
No, thank you very much to Spanners in chat, keeping us safe all night. Obviously, I've been streaming tonight, and you never ever have to watch chat when we know we've got such good Spanners in there. Please remember to come over and join us on the Misfits for the 100th show on Sunday. Had to cancel last week because I wasn't very well and I had stuff going on and I was pissed off about my van and shit, so I had to cancel. But the 100th show will be on this weekend. I am going to go live on Zombies Ate My channel for an hour or so after I've finished on here. But other than that, always remember, people, fuck shit and monkey tits. And
I love the Queen.
Yes. Yes, Aidan.
Over to the wonderful Adam from What's That Behind You?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for filling our bag all the way up this evening. It has been great to read the questions. And some of the questions this week have been absolute blinders. So thank you very much. And it's always nice when chat gets involved. You guys honestly make this show. You should all be proud of yourself for that. If you only have one reason to be proud of yourself this week, it is for being part of this show. Because do you know what? There may be forecasters on this screen, but you guys absolutely make it. Everyone who writes in, I know there's three of us. There's three of us at the minute.
Yeah, all right, that's all right.
I'm just in general terming it. But you guys absolutely make this show. Every single one of you is like the fifth caster. And it honestly, it makes the evening a lot easier, especially when we've got absolutely stunning spanners. Do you know what? Who swing that ban hammer and keep us safe. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back with another episode of the podcast over on What's That Behind You. Thank you very much for everyone who's been over there and supported the channel so far, and we are on the run. Now we're on the roll to 200 subscribers, so that's absolutely great. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, fellow casters, for having a very enjoyable evening. It's been beautiful.
You're going about me taking fucking ages.
I know. I was trying to. I was trying to fill that out. Just because Sean went by, I thought I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it out a little bit. Let's pull tails on this a little bit longer.
Big love, everybody. Make sure you join us next week. Vic will be back. I'm very sure of that. We have missed him today. I hope you get better, buddy. And obviously, we'll be talking to him through the week. Big love to the Spanners, like Adam said. You keep us nice and safe. Thank you so much to everybody. On the way out, please stick your thumbs up. It helps the show. Make sure you stick at the thumbs it upsy. And make sure you join us next week. Thanks so much, Grizz, for streaming it. Big love to you all, and we will see you next week. Don't forget to catch 3 Men and a Vape Show, and you can listen to my brother's soothing voice. Good night.
30 seconds over your time, like.
Sorry, bro.
So bad.
It's